what's up? We're out here. Half marathon went well. Can't complain. As you can see, I'm in my house. Oh, just kidding. I'm in the ER because I passed out and was dehydrated after the race. The race went pretty bad. Um, Went out first 4 miles on pace to what I wanted to run, but it was too fast. And then I paid for it for the rest of the race, averaging like 11-minute miles, which was bad. And then I got across the finish line, and here we are in the emergency room. Hey, what's up? And now I'm being admitted. I'm happy about that. What's going on, guys? It's Grant. We're here to talk about what happened during my half marathon. Basically, I signed up for a half marathon in March of 2019, and I said, listen, I want to run a half marathon. This is why. My mom told me I had nothing to look forward to. She said I sounded depressed, so I said, all right, let's sign up for it. So I signed up for it to look forward to something, which I don't know why I would look forward to running that far of a distance, but anyway. So from then on, I dedicated myself to the training that I did. March, it was slow. I was running like 18 miles a week, and then I've slowly progressed up to 30 miles a week, and it went well. The training went well. In July, I had a couple 7 miles and 8 mile runs and then in June, I did some 10 milers to prepare myself. The only thing I didn't prepare myself for is the hydration part, which I'm regretting and I kind of feel stupid about, but I'll tell you more about that soon. So the race day, that's probably what you want to hear about. Race day, I got there at 5 o'clock in the morning. The race started at 6:45. I started warming up at 5:45. At 5:45, I don't know, I did feel a little weird. I did a half-mile warm-up around the parking lot. I felt kind of funky, but not really. I felt whatever. And then I went from there to the starting line. I wore the Clifton 6s, which I'm not blaming the shoe or anything. So the first mile, I went out with a friend of mine from my high school cross country team. She was running the race too. And we went out in 9 minutes for the first mile. The second mile, 9 minutes. Third mile, 9 minutes. Fourth mile, 9 minutes. And then fifth mile, as we're running the fifth mile, I'm starting to feel a little weird. I'm starting to feel a little crampy, kind of headache, feeling nauseated. And I'm like, okay, so I actually stopped and walked. It was really embarrassing, but I really felt like I was gonna fall apart. And I was walking at like mile 5.5, and my parents actually drove by me and they put up a picture. They took a picture of me, and it's really embarrassing, so I'll put it up there. But at that point, I was like, you know what? If I see my parents drive by again, I'm going to drop out. If I see my parents again, I'm just going to wave them down and be like, hey guys, I really don't feel good. I don't want to be running this. But I didn't see them, which was kind of a blessing in disguise, honestly. So I jog walked until mile 10. And mile 10, I felt absolutely horrible. I ran into one of my running friends who I run a lot of races. Well, we're friends because we run the same races. So we run into each other at the races. And I ran into him around mile 9, and he's like, oh, it's only 4 more miles. I'm like, yeah, I feel like crap. So I finished the race. Well, I went down Presque Isle, and I felt pretty horrible. And at that point, I'm 12 miles in. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to run the last mile, because like completely, I'm going to go all out. My legs literally seized up. I was so dehydrated. I don't know what happened. It was like 90 degrees with 80% humidity. So I do blame the heat a little bit. But as I ran that last mile, I started feeling really weird, and I was feeling lightheaded. So I ran the last half mile, finished the race, and then I got down. I made the biggest rookie mistake ever, even though I'm not a rookie. I've been running so long, you know what I'm saying? I sat down right after I finished the race, and then I was feeling weird then. And I got these pictures with my family, and then I was like, you know what? I need to go poop. Like, I need to go take a dump. So I went to the bathroom, And that's when I felt like I was gonna pass out. So I came out and I passed out on my girlfriend Hannah, and then EMTs came, and there was some nurses who were helping me, trying to make me feel better. And that's when I was like, you know what, I I think this is gonna be a bad time. So they say, do you feel like you can get up? Do you feel like you can go on? And I said, no. So that's when I decided that they were going to take me to the hospital. And once I got to the hospital, they said my kidneys and my heart were not failing, but they were not producing as fast as they wanted. They said I was massively dehydrated. They stuck me 22 times for blood samples, which was great. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And basically, they said we're gonna have to check you in to monitor your heart all night. So once I got checked into the hospital at 5 o'clock at night, I finally got to eat something. So I did eat some breakfast food that I wanted to eat. And then as we're going, as I'm finishing dinner, everyone's coming in, blah blah blah. The night I didn't get any sleep. They came in every hour and took my blood. They were monitoring me, and then the next morning they said everything looks great. Your electrolytes look great. Your kidneys look great. Your heart looks a little strained, but it's fine. Like, you shouldn't run or whatever. And then they tried to discharge me, and I'm like, yay. And that's when they didn't discharge me. They said you're free to go. They pulled out my IV. Everything was. I was supposed to be out of there. And when I went to go do that, they're like, oh wait, actually we messed up your heart rate monitor, and that was attached to someone else, and your data was for someone else as well. So that was a whole kerfluffle. And then the cardiologist came, because my heart stops at night because I have an athletic heart. And that's when the cardiologist came. They basically said I was okay. They said don't run for a week, which is hard for all of you runners out there. And that's what happened during my race. So